All right, so the idea here is that Tezzeret and Karn kind of work well together, and they both generate card advantage. And then I kind of surround the deck with other potentially mopey artifacts that can help enable these dorks. And then I've got a couple copies of Antiquities War in here too. One thing that I'm not certain of, there's a good chance this deck is bad because like our average card quality is low. But I think even if this deck isn't necessarily good, I feel like Karn and Tezzeret together is probably worth exploring in Standard. Another possible shell for Karn and Tezz together is like a blue-black shell maybe, because Phyrexian Scriptures is very good if you're playing artifact creatures. I've got 2 copies of the Chaos Wand in my deck. Or no, it's Transmogrifying Wand, wrong wand. So the red splash is, you need to just not get run over when you're playing a deck like this, so you need to splash removal of some sort. So you need to either splash red or black, because those are the colors that we have 8 dual lands for alongside blue. So maybe we'll try a black splash if the lightning strikes seem not good enough, but the lightning strikes seem okay on the surface. If this deck is like absolutely rancid for 2 matches, maybe we'll rebuild it blue-black with Scriptures. Isn't Phylactery Lich triple black? Well, Vraska's Contempt's very expensive in terms of mana, and our deck already has a lot of expensive cards in it. We've got Fountain of Renewal for an aggro matchup. We've got Silent Gravestone for green-black. What's not to love, chat? Hand's perfect, deck's perfect. I've got Lava Coils in the sideboard. I like that Lightning Strike can be reached too, but maybe I should just have coils. Honestly, maybe I should just main deck both. I mean, it kind of comes at a cost. Like, putting colorless lands in your deck isn't free. There are a lot of rares in this deck. This deck, I spent a lot of my, this card just, like, doesn't have an impact against any of the blue-red graveyard stuff. I believe you have copied an MD5 key there, Triss. I think I want a treasure map here before I draw. Windows clipboard. You need more clipboard managers in your life. Clipboard Fusion's a good one on Windows. Ionize the Silent Gravestone. Yep. Good clean value right there. Opponent violently confused, right? Looking for a land. In. So for those of you that are new to Magic Arena, you can click here on your turn and it'll give you stops on your upkeep and your draw before you get to your main phase. The artifact does not prevent jumpstart cards from being used. Wow, the fact that they're like burning cancels on like my poopy artifacts is so good for me. Just like really want to start slamming my 4 and 5 mana cards here and hopefully have them resolve. Playing Banefire, okay. Oh, that's why there were Banefires in this deck. Maybe Banefire's worth playing. I don't remember if I put Banefires in the sideboard or not. If I don't have Banefires in the board, they're probably worth playing with Azure Gateway. This card makes a lot of mana. Just get them. They do not have a bird in there yet, so next turn my Karn's gonna resolve, which is great. So I'm not gonna scry with this, because if I don't draw land, I still want to be able to play Karn. Dimir Locket. That deck doesn't have anywhere near enough hits for Antiquities War. That's part of the reason why I don't think you can play Antiquities War in that deck. For what it's worth. Even the Mountain here is good for us. Yeah, but I don't want to use my treasures to make mana. The treasure map turns treasures into cards. So also like the treasures in play with Antiquities War is like good for me. My treasures, this thing turns treasures into card draw, and this thing turns treasures into 5/5. So like, definitely don't want to be throwing my treasures away. It's a Ralzeric, yep.
Every problem has I've flown on Gale Force.
White Splash for Dawn of Hope. Probably not without Hallowed Fountain. I guess I have Sacred Foundry. I guess we have the Boros lands. Maybe we could splash with that. In addition to not insulting my play without being constructive, don't insult my opponent's play, or you will be removed from my chat. You know, be nice to people. I'm not really looking for Sai, right? Like, I already have like a bunch of win conditions in my deck.
Are you certain of your decision?
Just mono every color of the rainbow, chat. Do I want Antiquities War? I guess Antiquities War like threatens to tick down and kill them very quickly. Ooh, I forgot I had a bunch of Spyglasses in my main deck. Definitely Antiquities War. This is quite the lovely first game. All right, that's actually not that big of a deal, right? This only triggers when I cast instants or sorceries, right? Yeah. I don't really need to use Cove. I want each of these is going to be a 5/5 chat. So I can do this. I can do this. And then I can do this off of a treasure. And like make another giant creature. Your move, Yugi boy. This is all I got. I have a Mazavith now too. That's great. The constructs are ready. This is like something out of Halo from my childhood. It's like, get the nukes.
Please stop.
And And here I thought Niv Mizzet was unbeatable in these control matches. That game was sweet. That game highlighted what I envisioned a deck like this doing, right? Like, Karn just seems like such an underutilized card. It's very powerful. Lightning Strikes are an easy cut here. I've got 63 cards in my deck. What do I want to cut here? Is Sai not good enough? Oh, Gravestone doesn't do much. That's a good suggestion. Did I keep my artifact count high enough? There's 24, and 4 of those are Karn, so I have 20 artifacts in my deck. Yeah, we're actually mono blue artifacts now. Like, again, the red splash is for removal, right? Like, I've got 4 Shivan Fires, 4 Strikes in the main, 2 Lava Coils, and Fiery Cannonades. Karn does not count as an artifact for hitting with Antiquities War. 20 hits is fine for War, I think. I could be greedy and trim a red land. I think there's only 22 lands in the deck, though, so that's probably too greedy. I'm running like this. So again, the artifact count matters for making sure our Antiquities War can hit consistently. You need approximately 22 artifacts in your deck to have a 90% chance to hit on the look at 5 cards, which I think is about where you want to be. Thoughts on Chaos One? I don't know what that does. That's just too expensive. Too expensive, too inconsistent. So 20, we are running a low number of lands, but we have both Azure Gateway, Compass, and the pay 3, get a basic land out of your deck. We have a few different ways to add consistency to hitting our land drops in the deck. Stop doing so many sweet things. I can only play these piles one at a time. I do what I can, Brecken. I am streaming late. Yep. Got a bunch of people. Whoa, we just broke 2,000 people. Did somebody else just stop streaming? We were at like 1,600 for a long while. Welcome to everybody. Thanks for dropping in tonight. Hang out, playing some standard here on Arena. Oh, did Sav just sign off? Savitz? Savitz, right? I'm really bad at pronouncing his name. I can barely pronounce English words, chat. Non-English is just like... Do they have a negate or a syncopate? I think it's important to jam this Azure Gateway on turn 2 here, because if they get to turn 3, they then have Sabotage and Ionize as counter spells too. Feels bad that they tapped out here, and like I could have resolved the Gateway this turn. Yeah, definitely. Ral is definitely like their one thing that we want to Spyglass. So probably going to proactively do that. This also gives us valuable information for like how many counter spells we need to play through, which is nice. Enigma Drake. Okay, Drakes make a lot of sense. So maybe I want my Lava Coils. Honestly, only having 2 Lava Coils in my 75 is probably wrong. To pronounce data or data? I say data. I don't think Gravestone's good enough, because while Gravestone turns off Enigma Drake, it doesn't turn off Crackling Drake. We've got 4 in there. Do I just like Spyglass named Drake? You can find 3 or 4 videos of Jeskai Control on my website, along with my preferred deck list. This stream is pretty much run by people who support my content, kind of dictate what we play. So there's a deck queue on my website as well that lists the decks that I'm going to be playing coming up. So They can strike this Karn and then kill him with Enigma Drake, and then they have this negate in their hand for our next Tezzeret, which sucks. Yeah, Black Green Demon Lord just got done. Just wrapped up with Black Green. Yep.
Our differences.
Do I still play events or mostly stream? I mostly stream. Streaming's like an actual job. Playing events never paid my bills. I'm streaming full-time now as a job though, which has been quite enjoyable. I'm still making a point to get out to events on occasion. So like I'm gonna go to the Standard Grand Prix in Milwaukee next month. I'm also gonna go to the Invitational in Roanoke, Virginia for Star City Games in December. It's on my Stream Decker page, is it? What's the count on Harry's orders? That's a good question. Towards the beard shaving. We currently have 54 people who have picked up Harry's stuff. So I just have to play into this negate here. I'm not going to have a chance to like draw my own counterspell and play through it. I thought about, yeah, I think I am going to come to Dallas, but that's not till next year, Mikey. Knitins, thank you very much for the 2-month resub on the Twitch Prime. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch. Thanks for supporting mine this month with that. Welcome. Welcome back. So, second Drake. Second Drake probably means we're dead. What's going on, Larry? Thanks for dropping in. Yeah, and that's part of the reason I go to SCG events on occasion. It's good to spread the brand. That's part of the reason I'm gonna go to the Grand Prix too. If I can do well enough to get on camera once or twice there, it would be good. Arena took a quick dirt nap. While I restart Arena because it's crashed, I would like to thank everyone for hanging out. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch. Thanks for dropping into my little slice of the internet. My name is Jeff Hoagland. I stream full-time here on Twitch. I'm here playing Magic 30+ hours a week. I play all constructed on this channel. A ton of standard on Arena and a ton of modern on Magic Online. If you enjoy my stuff, please consider doing like Niddens there, just didn't subscribing. My subscribers are the people that keep me employed here full-time. I wouldn't be here day in and day out without their support. Any words for... Hey, Drago MTG, thank you for the brand new tier 1 sub. Welcome. Past subscribing, and also check out my wonderful sponsors as well. There's a link below the stream. Arena's loaded back up though, so let's go ahead and get these lava coils back in my deck. And I think yeah, I think not having 4 lava coils is pretty loose, and I want to fix that after this. I'm gonna trim these size. Hopefully we can steal this next game without having 4 lava coils, but maybe the size are good to keep because they have Drakes, because the size make 1/1 blockers. What happens more often, kicking Moto or Arena crashes? I don't know offhand. And we do have Transmogrifying one. Honestly, I might want more wands in my sideboard too, just because it's another artifact to board in. I'm gonna change a couple of the details after we finish this game. That's one of the reasons why I really like playing on the ladder as opposed to playing in the competitive event. Not being locked into a deck, more like working on an idea, is really convenient. Does your viewer count go up significantly when you play Arena? It does. On average, I have 50 to 100% more viewers when I'm streaming Arena versus when I'm streaming Magic Online. It's a significantly larger number of people when streaming Arena, which is awesome. I enjoy playing Arena, and Standards are really fun right now as well. How does matchmaking on the ladder work? I actually don't know offhand. I think it's kind of funky right now. The application for the mouse over images is called Deckmaster. How late am I planning on going? Feeling pretty good still. We'll see. I think I'm gonna at least finish this deck, and we might do Jessica Angels as well. We've got a bunch of people, so I don't really want to sign off while we have 2,000 people watching, because y'all are great. So they have no lands, but they have this negate. Okay. 4 Spyglasses is probably too many for this matchup, but I really didn't have better cards to bring in because my sideboard's not well constructed. Yeah, I think Mono Blue's great. Gabe Nassif is actually playing Mono Blue at the Grand Prix this weekend. Yeah, Caleb being off tonight is also good for my viewer numbers. That is very true. So here's the question. I know they have this negate. They're missing land drops. Should I just sit on my cards, or do I like play into the negate and then like do I play this transmogrifying wand into the negate? Or do I just like pass and like hope to draw a negate of my own to negate their negate? This I can pay 3 to crack to draw a card. I think I'm just gonna pass here and like not play into their negate, and then like crack this Fountain of Renewal at their end step and try and find a negate. Yeah, my average concurrent viewers are around 1,000 right now. So right now we're at about double my average. But since I lack outside knowledge of what I've learned in Arena, I just can't. That's fine. Especially if you support my content, if you don't turn in for the Moto streams, I don't blame you. I'm planning to focus my content on more and more Standard and Arena as we go forward, because it seems like what people are most interested in watching and supporting. All right. Do I lead on the Gravestone here? I feel like they might negate this Gravestone. That's the point of the wand. It's a slow, bad removal spell. That's an artifact. So, I think this is going to get countered. Maybe. I don't know. They're going to negate something at some point, right? You need to keep your artifact above a certain count in order to make Antiquities War playable. All right, well, I got the negate out of their hand. Yeah, the standard format is A+. It's very, very good. All right, don't have another one. They tanked so long, I'm hoping they don't have another one. You think Standard is popular because it's an unsolved format right now, and Modern will become better once the tail end of the set, or that Arena is such a better product? I think it's a mix of the two. I think everybody's hyped on Standard because it's new, and I think Arena is a much better viewing experience. I mean, we're not just playing the wand because of the artifact count. We're playing it because, like, turning a must-answer threat into a 2/4 is, like, a meaningful exchange, right? Like, I'd much rather face down a 2/4 Ox than a Crackling Drake or a Niv Mizzet. We have the City's Blessing here now, so Arc is online. No, I don't want foil cards in Arena. I want animated cards in Arena, but foil cards in digital platforms look disgusting. What's my record for max viewers at one time? Just above 2,000. That's the reading. You can see when your opponent mouses over things, they definitely just read Transmogrifying Wand. It's like the what is this? Draw with this and see what we get. What is this garbage artifact? What is this card? Why do I care about it? Maybe I should have waited on the Arc, because I could have nuked their graveyard and gotten this Chemist's Insight with the Silent Gravestone. Full art planeswalkers are good. Little cosmetic things like that are great. Cosmetics are the best thing to monetize because they don't make the game feel bad or feel like pay to win for people. Magic isn't pay to win, but people don't understand that. People don't understand the difference between pay to win and pay to compete with games like this a lot of the time. Should I go to GP Milwaukee? I live 3 hours away. I'm gonna go to GP Milwaukee. Should be fun. The symbol over my graveyard is because of Silent Gravestone, which is, it's hexproof. Graveyards have hexproof right now. So I'm doing this. I'm gonna turn this into an Ox. And then I'm gonna play Karn and make a 4/4.
Evil cannot withstand a right.
You got a lot tonight, Socio Penguin. CEO Penguin? Look at that. Look at the Ox. I'm just lumbering along, singing a song. What's the difference between pay to win and pay to compete? So pay to win implies that whoever spends the most money is always going to win. pay to compete means that there is a minimum amount of money you need to put in to be competitive, but once you meet that minimum amount, you can't spend additional money to have a higher win percentage. So in Magic, you need a competitive deck because competitive decks are going to be just better than decks that are garbage tier, bad decks full of cards that aren't good. But at the same time, you can't just spend more money on a more competitive deck once you get to a certain threshold. That is good, clean, easy to think about logic. Pay to win means so long as I continually spend more money, I will get a higher win percentage. In Magic, that doesn't exist. In most card games, that doesn't exist. Can we talk about how good this transmogrifying wand was here just for a hot second, by the way? Do they have another burn spell they're gonna use to kill this token?
I do not feel pain.
Yeah, modern's a great example. I agree with that. This Arc of Orkaze here is also kind of gonna go to work. We're probably gonna draw 2 or 3 more cards with this card before the game's done. All the Planeswalker voice lines are quite fantastic in my opinion. They're all like really, really nippy. I think I'm gonna crack the Silent Gravestone here. It gets rid of the Chemister's Insight. It's also gonna make their future things worse. Also lets me draw a card. I mean, to be fair, they need to kill me. With the Transmogrifying Wand in play, I'm definitely the control deck. We have Azure Gateway here too, just a lot of good card selection going on. So this is basically like Faithless Looting, or like looting every turn, draw a card, then exile a card. We're not really playing this card to flip it over, we're just playing it as an artifact that gives us card selection. So, honestly, it might have been wrong to play out the Steam Vents that I had in hand, because like saving more cards in my hand for Azure Gateway gives me more selection. Now I just need to find a way to like not die to these Oxes. Yeah, it's possible I sacked Fountain of Renewal too aggressively. That card buffering our health total here would have been really good. Oh, now there's gonna be another Ox in play, chat. The Oxen, they are among us. Sure. People describe games that aren't actually pay to win as pay to win all the times to make themselves feel better about losing when they just suck or don't want to spend money on something. Lots of people constantly use the term pay to win incorrectly. So it wouldn't surprise me if you've never played a game that's pay to win, because there honestly aren't that many games that are pay to win. There are a lot of games that are pay to compete. There's a lot of hobbies that are pay to compete. I think we're gonna die to Oxen, chat. They've got 2 Miv, and there's gonna be another Oxen in play. Sure, if the threshold to compete is high enough, you could argue that they end up having a very similar effect. I would agree with that, but that still doesn't change the definition of the thing. You can't just like make up words and say that like these things mean things they don't mean. At least the Hawks aren't vigilant, right? All right, let's what do I want to do here? I want, I'm going to cut these size, I think. I'm gonna put 2 lava coils in the main deck. What else did I want to do? I think I want another transmogrifying wand on the board. This last spyglass is probably too many. The vault implementation is bad. They know the vault implementation is bad. Honestly, maybe I just want all the lava coils in the main deck because they line up well against the Ox. That's probably the case. Mono Oxen. Oh, Banefire. Yeah, Banefire sounds good. 1 to 2 of those on the board. That sounds fine. I understand they don't want to implement a half fix because then people will continue to complain around a half. People are going to complain regardless of what they do. So not spending time on a half fix, I understand. From a resources in to like complaining stifled, like out. I've played 1 match. I'm not going to try changing the color that we're splashing off of 1 match. Gleaming Barrier dies, create a treasure token. Gleaming Barrier is kind of funny. That might be okay in the sideboard, rather than some of the other anti-aggro cards that I'm playing. God bless the draft knowledge of all the garbage tier artifacts from draft. Sure. Please have text, please have text, please have text. Magic is pay to compete. Constructed Magic is pay to compete. Just like most hobbies are pay to compete. There is a large entry fee associated with many hobbies. In fact, people like to act like Magic's the super expensive thing. What you're getting, like the cardboard, is kind of expensive, but like compared to a lot of other hobbies, Magic isn't that expensive. What's going on, Mr. Kincatter? Hope you're having a good evening. Yeah, can't ride horses without a horse, exactly. This is probably gonna be Banefire, kill their 2/1. I think next turn I'm gonna play the Antiquities War, and then the Antiquities War is gonna find me artifacts to use my mana on, so I think I just want to use my mana efficiently this turn. Four mana artifacts are just a lot. Like, I only have 2 Antiquities War in my main deck because just like 4 mana is a lot of mana. I would love a treasure map. Yeah. Oh no, don't burn me out. How will I ever survive? Looks like they're playing some kind of Naya ramp deck. What's wrong with the vault? The ratio in which you get cards for your extra cards that turn into nothing is very, very low and bad. Do some reading on Reddit, do a little bit of research, you'll see people giving feedback on it. It's very, very low in relation to other games that are similar to this. I think Grixis is good. In my experience, playing the Grixis decks that we've played, it's just felt worse than playing blue-black. The red just like doesn't add something meaningful. You can find me playing a ton of different blue-black decks as well as Grixis decks on my website and my YouTube channel. I think I'm just looking for a Planeswalker at this point. Next turn, I'm going to have 4 5/5s here, and we'll just, like, beat them down. Hey, look, a Tezzeret. Yeah, we played a little bit of Esper. My conclusion at the end of it was the same, just, like, didn't feel fantastic. Wasn't a really compelling reason to not be blue-black. Alright, you killed by Matt, but you're taking 15. Like, maybe this attack's just, like, not even good. Just because, like, I don't really have a good way to finish them after this. This draws me 2 cards, right? Right?
I have
Guess I should have done this pre-combat.
I know what must be done.
It's pretty good. Pretty good. God, that's a lot of cards. Wait. Turn. Oh, this targets. Why does this target? I did not realize that targeted. I thought that was coming back. All right, so let's do this. Remember when people were talking about Carnage Tyrant a hot second ago? Let me tell you what I think about your Carnage Tyrant. Here's a Karn token. My sequencing here was less than ideal.
How you respond to
Some spyglasses. You don't play Smuggler's Copter, because Smuggler's Copter is a card that's only good when you have Bitter Blossom or a lot of other stuff going on. And if you already have other stuff going on, you don't need Smuggler's Copter. It's just a card that's not individually powerful. Are we trading Carnage Tyrant for my construct? Deal. Has double hexproof. Super duper hexproof. Bye, friend. Alright, so Lightning Strike doesn't seem very good here. Antiquities War just seems great. It's possible all 3 of these should just be in my main deck. Do I want Disdainful Stroke? They probably have other dinos that aren't Carnage Tyrant, right? And Disdainful Stroke's probably good against those. They probably have things that Transmogrifying Wand hits too. Sorcerer's Spyglass probably doesn't have a lot of text. What do we think of this? Lava Coil's also very good against their birds. This seem okay? This is fine. How do we win? The opponent conceded because they realized that we were going to make giant Karn tokens every turn and draw lots of cards. You know how Teferi's good when he draws 1 card a turn? Our Tezz was drawing 2 cards per turn. Look at this curve, chat. Real decks have curves. Old turn 1. Never underestimate the old turn 1 Fountain of Renewal, chat. This deck is a celebration of a braid rotating, ain't it really? Oh no! Oh no! There's a scary Bronte boy over there, chat. Why does he want to break all of our toys? Look at him! Look at him breaking our pirate ship! Why do you hate fun, Brontodon? So, do I play Transmogrifying Wand here? If they draw a land, they can Brontodon and kill it. I think I'm just gonna pass. If they draw a land, I don't want them to kill it. I'm gonna crack Fountain of Renewal this turn, I think. Yeah. Gross. You can't get Snapcaster Mage. What should you replace them with? I don't know offhand. The Snapcaster definitely isn't a critical card in that deck, though. It's less important in that deck than it is in some others. I think I think I'm actually supposed to pass here because of the stupid Brontodon. Like, I don't want to put an artifact into play and then, like, give my opponent the ability to, like, sack the Brontodon to kill something in response to me killing it. Kinda getting beat up. Peace out, friendos. Have a good night, Brecken. Thank you for the bits as always. Catch you on Monday. I'm taking tomorrow off, so I'll catch you on Monday. Disdainful Stroke. I guess I just do this. Ah, that was wrong. I meant to Karn. I meant to Karn. Maybe we shouldn't do another deck after this one. It's getting late. Eldar, thank you for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. Thanks for keeping me employed here this month with that. Welcome. When Savitz signed off for the evening, we jumped up from 1600 to about 2000 because we were hovering at number 2 underneath him. It seems fine. I need some lands, but we have treasure map on 2 to hopefully help propel us into some lands. Arena's been good for Magic on Twitch. It's brought a bunch of new people into the game. Standard format's sweet. Arena's really slick. I don't know how to pronounce his name. I should just say Savs probably, rather than trying to pronounce it, 'cause I'm just gonna say it wrong every time. So I'm gonna do this before I draw. Just bottoming aggressively looking for lands. They can't play a card. They can't play a card that I can Disdainful Stroke next turn, so I might as well play Silent Gravestone here. Gross. Destroying my map, I assume. Yep. Well, that answers my question on if I'm scrying or just hoping to draw a land. Oh, that's no treasure map, I guess. So do I map here, or do I think I'm supposed to map here. Just try and find my land to curve Karn into Tezz. Feels pretty bad, though. I guess if they sack this one, that's okay for me. Getting beat up pretty badly here. So I do this. I think I'm just making a 3/3 here. Or a 2/2. Well, now that they've sacrificed the Brontodon, that actually impacts my decision. So now I'd rather go up because they can't kill my Karn on board. Seems fine. So we're gonna Gateway here. We're just dead. If I'd have hit a land naturally there, I could have gone Karn token plus Tezz plus and like had a lot of blockers here. But it's not really an option at this point. Yeah, I can coil plus chump, but I don't like. I'm trying. So like, I understand like what the line is here to like stay alive, but like what I'm sitting here thinking about is like, how do I actually win the game, right? Because just like that's one of the things I think a lot of new players fail to do a lot of the time. Magic isn't just about staying alive turn to turn. Magic is about having a game plan for how you're going to actually win the game. So like what series of cards or plays do I need to have and make in order to actually win the game from this position rather than just not die this turn? Because once you fall into a position of playing to not die every turn, you end up in a much worse spot than if sometimes you take higher risk plays playing to win. Sure, but like I wanted to sit there and think about it and come to that conclusion. It's just like, why is that my only play? Yeah, that's just a good saying in card games in general. Kind of like the look of this deck. Someone linked me a blue-black build of this deck. I think I'm going to try that out. This red splash just feels kind of clunky. I'm gonna make a couple adjustments to what they have here, but the core of it seems very reasonable. Because it didn't matter because they had things like, why instead of making me justify why I didn't make a play, can you justify why I should make the play? That's a good useful training tool. Instead of asking me why I didn't do something, maybe justify to me why I should have done it. We can have a discussion. Oh, how are these cards supposed to be formatted? I hate when people I will never understand why people use random deck sites that aren't Goldfish. Like, all these other third-party deck sites, they just suck. They don't import and export things correctly. Alright, so I think Antiquities War is not good enough in this deck. There just, like, aren't anywhere near enough hits for it, so I'm gonna cut those. And put these Tezzerates to 4. I'm gonna get the last Discovery Dispersal in here. I'm gonna get the last Phyrexian Scriptures in here, too. I think that Sweeper's really powerful. Now what's the sideboard look like? Yeah, tapped out's fine. They don't do an export to Arena though, which is kind of annoying. I think I want the last couple of moments of Craving in this sideboard. Probably more than Ritual of Soot. Let's try this. All right, Stream Decker's updated. This is updated. So, not as a draw spell, but a finisher. No, I think Tezz, like, so Tezzeret and Karn haven't really had homes in the standard format, but I really feel like, people are underestimating how good Karn is at closing in a deck full of artifacts. People that are asking me to play specific decks, I am happy to play literally any deck you would like. You can read about how my deck queue system works here. I've been paid to play this deck currently, and next we're gonna play a different deck that I've been paid to play. So basically everything you see on this channel is viewer-supported content. The people that keep me employed here, they dictate what we play. Seems only fair, they're basically my bosses. You can also find all my past streams on my YouTube channel. Or my website, jeffhoagland.com. That's true. I would even be happy to play your deck the very next deck. For $100 donations, I throw my plan out the window, and I'll play your deck very next, right up next after this one. That being said, you can get your deck into the deck queue for a lot less than $100. For subscribers, I add decks to the queue for just $10. That's pay to win. It is in fact just turned into a complete and total pay to win stream. The problem, Jin, is that being self-employed makes things like healthcare ridiculously expensive in this country. and the consistency, right? Like, this is making enough for me to be a full-time job now, but who knows if it'll be making enough to be a full-time job, you know, next month or 6 months from now or a year from now. So let's do this, grab a basic land. Then I can put this into play. We'll get to scry with the map here. Honestly, I'm probably putting Phyrexian scriptures down pretty soon here. Yes, 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 we are. Very, very soon. Just be glad you are primarily making your money at Twitch and not YouTube. What do you know about YouTube, Professor? What's going on? Thanks for the 23 months. It's good to see you in here. I think I want the land here because the land on top means I can play scripture plus treasure map. I know, I wish I was on Twitch. So next turn I'm taking a hit for 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm gonna go ahead and tap. This is a good example of the auto tapper. If you're afraid of the auto tapper, learn how to use it. So if you can see here, when I go to cast this, it lights up my lands that aren't Field of Ruin. I'd prefer it use my Field of Ruin so I can bluff a blue or black spell here. So instead, I will tap just the Field of Ruin, and then it will use the floating mana plus 3 of my other lands. On up to 1 target creature. I just click submit. No. No artifacts here. Correct, yep. Great. And if they don't have, doesn't look like they have a Vivian or a Vraska to kill the Phyrexian scriptures here. So we are a little bit low here, but I'm gonna get to flip this over. We've got Vraska's Contempt to kill their follow-up threat, which is great. Just looking for a Planeswalker now, basically. We've got Treasure Trove going to generate some card advantage as well. Zap those. I think I'm gonna go ahead and Discovery here, digging for a Planeswalker. Do I want an extra Vraska's Contempt? I don't think so. I think I just want a way to actually win the game. Unfortunate. Let's keep digging. I assume Watsu still won't return your calls. They responded to me on Twitter, Professor. Actually, you'd probably think it's pretty... The response I got was kind of weird. I thought... So, like, their website says that their featured content creators get priority support, but apparently that only applies to when they have special events going on and not just generically in general. So I was like, oh, well, I don't really need anything off this then. All right, sweet. There's a Karn. Karn's a big boy. Karn's a big boy who's gonna make other big boys. Oh, and this flips. So this is pseudo removal as well. Because I didn't realize I hadn't played a land for the turn until you quit Magic and play Hearthstone full time. Yeah. It's fine. The wonderful people on the internet keep me employed, so I don't need to do that. They've got Carney T back. That's unfortunate. That's true, Professor. Artifact's the next big craze. Don't you understand what's hip with the kids anymore? This one... Oh, this does make mana. That's good. Oh, this only exiles opponent's graveyard. That's so good. Again, I would like to use my Field of Ruin here.
Our actions determine the course of history. Some solutions must be built.
So, I mean, we can Dispersal Barney, but that's just like, that's just time walking him for a turn, right? It's like a temporary solution to a permanent problem. Need more egos. Maybe I should have taken the second Phyrexian scripture here. Oh, they're just killing Karn. Okay. Yep. I'm gonna draw a card here. It makes my Karn token smaller, which kind of sucks. I think I'm just taking Jade Light for now because it's a little bit bigger. If the Wild Growth Walker gets bigger, I can contempt it later. Tezzeret's a great draw. Fountain of Renewal honestly isn't terrible either. Step this and do this. So do I want to make a Thupter or do I want to draw two? I think I want to draw two. Oh, am I kidding? I always want to draw two. I'm gonna go ahead and tap this for mana and play this other Fountain of Renewal out. Just like start buffering my health a little back up. This card's actually like super relevant a lot of the time. It's kind of funny in a way. Just like sitting there gaining the points of health. Another Wild Growth Walker, sure. Their last card of Jade Light Ranger. Just Carnage Tyrant, sure. I think I'm gonna go ahead and just do this and kill this here. I need to get this big enough, ideally. I think I want another Karn. So if I want another Karn, does that mean I want to hit this as a draw two? I probably want to start on Discovery here because I might want to make a 1/1 with that. I guess I also could have Dispersal to buy myself a turn. Yeah, maybe that's better. Maybe I'm supposed to Dispersal to buy myself a turn. There's also a chance that like they could have played their last card out there. Yeah, I think I made a mistake there. I have a third Phyrexian scriptures in my deck. That's so good. Let's go ahead and Memorial to Folly. Or Field of Ruinous Memorial to Folly now. Can I do that and still cast my spells? So I tap 2, and then I'm going to play another land. Yeah, I'm going to kill the Memorial to Folly here. Please keep in mind, if you're going to criticize a play that I make, you need to include why I should do something differently. Don't just tell me I did something wrong. I do things wrong a lot, so I appreciate when people point them out, but you need to be specific as to why it's wrong. That one. Oh, it gives it a 1/1 counter too. That's sweet. But they don't have a way to kill the Scriptures. Scriptures is really good. Should there be a 4th copy of this in my board? Seems really powerful. So like Karn's gonna attack Tezzeret. I'm gonna throw this under the bus. I'm gonna Spire this one. So I don't want Tezzeret to die because he's drawing 2 cards a turn. He's gonna like find me another Karn to like make more tokens here.
You think you won?
If I sack this artifact, I won't have 3 for Tezzeret, so I should wait to do that. You get to gain 2 here. These Fountain of Renewals are like really good. Yeah, there's a Karn, sweet. It's like casual, draw 2, nice. That felt really good. People are asking like, how do we actually win the game? And I think like that's a like Karn Tezzeret like really actually win the game. Thief of Sanity sounds great in this matchup. So does Disdainful Stroke. Yeah, that was kind of awesome. I probably want these for their Planeswalkers. Yeah, Scriptures was sweet. I might want 4 of these in the 75. What do you say is the best archetype to farm best of 1? Either mono red or mono blue. 4. This might be too many strokes. Do I want cast down in this matchup? Oh, mono white's pretty good too. That's true. I forgot about mono white, Bob. Huh. Is there a reason for no thought erasure? Nope. The person that submitted the deck list didn't have them in it, so I didn't add them. I'm not sure. Maybe some of those would be good in the 75. This is being resource efficient. It's nice though. Trim a discovery, just like kind of filler. Why golden demise over ritual of soot? So the person that submitted, I actually adjusted the sideboard a little bit, had both in the sideboard, and I think demise is better because it comes down faster. And like I already have Phyrexian Scriptures as a 4-mana sweeper. It's a little awkward because I don't have double black, but like Scriptures is one of our better cards. And like I guess I eventually have black with Field of Ruin. Why is 25 lands high? Like we want to curve out to like 4 and 5 in games, chat. So like why do we think 25 is too many? And you want to hit your first 4 to 5 consistently. And like we have things like treasure map to like filter past them later as well. Yeah, that's true. Golden Demise does leave our Karn Structs alone. I'm not surprised they took the map. It's like our fastest card, right? They're just like trying to slow us down, basically. What does Divest do? I think Divest is just narrow. Discard spells that are narrow like that tend to not be good on average. So, fun fact, the shuffling from Field of Ruin is not optional. So, we get to shuffle this Vivian off the top of their deck. Grab our second black source here. Goodbye, friend. It's about 100 and a half for 2 decks. One of the most annoying things about Arena is that I can't tell you exactly how much it costs. Just like, well, it could cost about this much. All right, so we're definitely playing Scriptures here, and then they're gonna have like a Reclamation Sage or a trophy, and we're gonna die, but I think I definitely have to make them have it. Yeah, this screams that like they have a way to deal with the Scriptures because they know it's coming. So, like, if they kill our Scriptures here, which they didn't, because it's awesome. All right, sweet. Yeah, well. Just gonna go lock it in the Thief of Sanity here. This card's another good reason to be in black. All right, don't Carnage Tyrant me. They have a Karn of their own?
I have faced worse than the likes of you.
I wonder if they're gonna make a 1/1 here. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Pretty surprised they made a 1/1 there. Have a Schwamp. We might be able to Carnage Tyrant them. I'm pretty sure I'm just contempting this Karn. Let's see what we draw here. We have 7 mana currently. This card is really good this matchup. So do I want a Vraska? Like their card exiled is garbage. Do I just Vraska? I think I just Vraska, right? She does make artifacts.
My crew is the finest in the seas.
Watch just be like 2 awesome spells. I mean, well, I guess I exiled a bunch of their stuff, right? So need to get rid of Karn so he doesn't get carnage. Karn's looking to cause some carnage, chat. You're only supposed to cause carnage in modern, Karn. Wow, they've been fined. That's aggressive. Eldest Reborn. Let's start by attacking with Thief of Sanity. Yep. I'm just gonna keep using their cards for the rub-ins. I'm definitely playing the treasure map here. I think I'm supposed to Vraska down tick because that way if they have double removal, we don't die. This deck actually seems pretty okay. Yeah, kind of a cohesive game plan. We're playing like a collection of okay cards. And again, we talked about this a little bit when we were building with Journey to Eternity the other day. This is kind of a good way to approach building brews like this around cards that are underutilized. You don't want to like put it in a deck with a bunch of other cards that are terrible. You want to like surround it with other cards that are like otherwise constructed playable, which this deck seems like it's able to do well. I can use Locket Mana to map. Yep, you have an Eldest Reborn. So, would love to trade here if they offer. I think that's the play. Let's start by hitting them with Thief of Sanity. I guess I've technically missed a point of damage here because this would give it a 1/1 counter, but I want to see what I get with Thief before I commit to playing this. So do I do this or do I just play Tezzeret? Maybe I just play Tezzeret. Because like they have this stupid Eldest Reborn in their hand, so like I kind of wanna put a 1/1 into play. Seen GPs with less viewers. I don't know if that's true, but we do have a lot of wonderful people in here tonight. Thanks everyone for hanging out. A little over 2,000 folks. I could have also drawn 2 cards here, so maybe that's loose. God, I got a lot of choices, chat. We got our bases covered on a lot of angles here. We're hitting them from a bunch of different directions at once. Ahead on a lot of different metrics. I'll be streaming Boros Angels games soon, so you can always take a look at what is in the deck queue by clicking on this link here. It takes you to my website where all the decks are ranked in order by how many points they have based on how much has been donated for them and how ooh, that's brutal. By how much has been donated for them and how long they've been waiting in the queue. Yeah, Thopters do survive scriptures. I only hit for 1 here, which is nice. This is coming at me. Guess that doesn't surprise me. I don't know if I'm in the market for a land or not. We'll see. This is going to turn into a land to make some treasures here soon. Cast down is great. Let's draw 3 cards. Let's draw 2 cards. There isn't any reach in their deck, right? It's like just Carnage Tyrant I have to beat. I can't play Woodland Cemetery. You can't play lands off of what's his name? Thief of Sanity. Yeah, that's his name. What's his name? That's his name. She ults here pretty soon, along with these pirate tokens. Yeah, Thief states cast, not play. Should I upkeep Scry? Why should I upkeep Scry? I might, so like, I'm drawing so many cards that I don't really want to upkeep Scry because I could like draw enough cards that I don't end up having a spare mana to Scry. Everything sucks about the vault, Jin. It's all bad. None of it's good. I might cash this in, huh? I guess it's my third artifact for his draw to. Oh, I guess treasure map's about to flip. Treasure map's about to flip. That'll give me more artifacts. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna make some treasures here. I don't need more scriptures. Looking for Karn, right? Basically. Like Karn or a thief, just a way to end the game. So this can take things out of my discard pile too, but I guess they just added a Vraska to theirs. So yeah, maybe. I can also just dispersal this turn, which is probably what I'm gonna do actually. And dispersal, send this back from where it came from, and they have to discard a card, and then I'll get to stroke it on the way back down. That's annoying. Is 3-2 a new emote? It's new-ish. Sounds like a Saturday night. You poor sad lives. All right. Oh, this kills my Tezz now. That's unfortunate. Halting Tezz makes you find card. That's true. That's technically correct. Yep.
The stakes are clear now.
Yep. Am I contempting a Merfolk Branchwalker? I think I am. Or a Seeker Squire. That's a Vivian. Gross. This game might slip away from us here. I'll start by drawing a card here. I think I'm Tezzing and making a Thopter. That changes things. 7, 8, 9 mana. So I can go untapped land, Fountain of Renewal, Tezzeret Karn.
Shall we begin? Silent.
And Karn make a 5/5.
Until you have lifted the statue. Oh.
Seems good. In this watery grave. A lot less modern, sad face, but I'm in love with new standard already and got 2 decks together. I'm going to be at the Indy or Columbus Opens at the start of the year. I'm not going to Columbus. I'm really not a fan of team tournaments. If Indy's an individual tournament, I might go. I don't know. It depends on how I'm feeling about modern at the time. Not super high on the format at the moment, especially when standard's so good. Like, modern's like a great format when like it's the only good thing, but like when you have so many good alternatives, like the standard format is just quite absurd. Shuffle Vivian. I don't think I need to do that. I think with both my walkers, I'm okay, like going toe to toe with Viv here. That's true. It could have been right to just be making Thopters to start. They're down to 2. That being said, I'm definitely trading here. There's a Vraska in their bin that they're going to be able to get with this, which is annoying. Oh, it would have been lethal with the Saga. I forgot that this gives a counter. Yeah, you're super right. We could have gone Scriptures into lethal. I forgot that this gave a counter. All right, so what's the play now that I messed up? Let's move on from the mistake and try and figure out how to win the game. Definitely starts by Field of Ruining this Memorial to Folly. Yeah, is it just Thopter plus Karn token? Vraska doesn't kill planeswalkers. She kills creatures, artifacts, and enchantments.
I made you a gift.
I could make 2 Thopters with Tezz. Is that too aggressive? That's probably not too aggressive, the way this board is, honestly.
Awaken.
I think that's actually correct. So, like, part of the tough thing is, though, too, here, like, this line really isn't available to us next turn because Argyl's Bloodfast is going to flip, which gives him the ability to sacrifice a creature to gain health.
Few tricks on Kaladesh.
This has been a good game of Magic. A lot of back and forth. If this slips away from us, we've got a game 3 here still, too. Only 29 cards in my deck. Karn's been good. He's done like basically exactly what I wanted him to do.
You need to be taken down a peg.
All right, you killed my 5/5.
Balance comes.
Show me a land. There's only 13 cards in their deck. Good lord. Yep. They've got a lot of friends over there, chat.
Of good. Evil cannot withstand a righteous army.
That's a Carnage Tyrant. And they played a Memorial to Folly, so I can Field of Ruin them off of that. Thematic Compass is actually, like, kind of good here. Just gonna flip over and then let me fog one of their creatures. No, I don't know anything about the free-to-play experience on the Arena. I play Arena like I play every other digital card game with my credit card.
I'll make use of that later.
Oh, I could Field the Bloodfast. I guess I was so pigeonholed on the Memorial. Yeah, maybe the Bloodfast is better. Credit card, OP, please nerf, yep. So, do I just play Scriptures here? I guess I could draw a couple cards. This is gonna flip over, right? And probably just want a Thopter.
It is the ideal.
So, like, this is at 3 and this is at 3, so they can kill my Thopters next turn is the issue. Yeah, the opponent's not dead. They have this land. And maybe I should have been a little bit more aggressive here. So, I know there could potentially be a Carnage Tyrant coming. I also kind of want to exile their board. I think I'm going to go ahead and kill Vivian here rather than attack them, because like they're gonna be able to gain health. I guess attacking them forces them to sacrifice one of their creatures. Yeah, I guess I attack them for 2, forcing them to activate this, and then I hit Vivian with the other one, so they can't kill 2 of my things. Yeah, I think I like that. I want to keep Vivian from killing one of my things, and I want to force them to use the temple to not die.
Stars are lessons written.
Wait, what? Maybe they'd just give it up. Maybe they'd had enough and they'd just give it up. All right. That deal. Yeah. We did it! I had so much life to live. I definitely want to play at least one more with this. Do I want to change anything? I think I'm happy. I think I'm happy. Let's just run it back. Let's try one more here. I'm glad we got to play against Green Black. That was a sweet match. That second game was really good. A lot of back and forth, a lot of micro decisions. Do I want the 4th scriptures? I don't know if I actually want the 4th scriptures or not. You side in Thief for anything mid-range you're controlling. Just matches where they're going to have a bunch of good cards you want to cast. It's very, very good against Green Black. Seems fine. Makes these seem to play untapped. Get my fountain of renewal going. Yeah, awesome. 2,300 people. I'm sure some of you are new. Welcome everybody. Thanks for spending part of your weekend here with us. If you're not familiar with myself, my name is Jeff Hoagland. I'm a one pseudo professional Magic the Gathering player. I have like a dozen or a dozen and a half top 8s on the SCG Open Series and Invitational top 8. I stream Magic full time here on Twitch. We play a ton of Standard here on Arena. We play a ton of Modern on Magic Online. But basically play nothing but Constructed on this channel. If you're enjoying what you see, make sure you follow the channel. Following doesn't cost you anything. Let you know when I go live and with what. If you're really enjoying my content and you want to see more of it after I'm done tonight, this might be my last deck. Yeah, I've got a bunch of people. Maybe I'll squeak out one more. Who needs to sleep? You can find my website, jeffhoagland.com, and my YouTube channel. All my streams get archived there, so there's like literally days worth of Standard content on Arena there. How long are the free timeouts? There's only one way to know.
Perfection is attainable. My device is finished, as are you.
Wow, I'm glad we made a token. Whew.
This will keep an eye on you.
And that's a sign of a good format, in my opinion. Like, if there's a format that has some things that are obnoxious, but also a lot of things that are powerful to counteract them, like, playing with powerful things is fun, in my opinion. Do I just hold this to discard to the first Eldest Reborn? Yeah, I think I do, like the rest of my cards. Stitcher Supplier, okay. I was wondering what they were planning on reanimating. Big troops. We've not played any ramp decks. So if I do this, I can play Treasure Map, and then I can draw 2 with Tezz, which I kind of want to do. Yeah, I think I just Scriptures. Just like get things cleaned out. This is bringing something back here in a hot second. It's also possible I should make a token this turn, because if my opponent has another Eldest Reborn, they can kill Tezz now. But I guess if they have another Eldest Reborn, they could have gotten Chupacabra and killed Tezz either way, so it is right to draw cards. Sucks that we're a little bit flooded, but Thematic Compass is going to flip here soon, and Treasure Map's going to get going here momentarily as well. Blood Moon's not powerful. Blood Moon's rancid. Just creates uninteresting gameplay. Only time I don't want to draw 2 cards is when I'm dead or about to die.
Try that again.
So I think this is going to be an upkeep, activate my treasure map. Why did they play Jade? Is this dying? Are they about to get rid of my Phyrexian scriptures? Yeah, right, Vaughn. I actually think that's probably fine. So I probably want to get rid of this Memorial to Folly, so they can't get back something out of their bin here. The fields have been pretty good here. I'm pretty happy with those. And I get to draw 2 cards with Tezz here. Drawing 2 with Tezz has been really good tonight. Already played a land. I can play this. And then I can actually Discovery this turn as well because the Thematic Compass is going to flip into a land, which will let me use the treasure map. And we're just like super far ahead again here, right? I wonder if this deck's good against green black. Like obviously the green black deck's a little bit weird, but I wonder if in general. This is our second match playing it. I have no idea. The core of this deck was a viewer submitted deck list. Pretty much everything I play on this channel is a viewer submitted deck list. If you're interested in potentially finding out how I can play one of your decks on stream in the future, be sure to check out the link to my website. There's the details there. Why did they shock themselves? Oh. Oh, that's why they shocked themselves. Oh. Oh. Oh no. Oh no, chat. Oh no. Well, shit. I think I just have to bottom this aggressively, looking for scriptures. One turn late, Phyrexian scriptures on your exile. All right, so let's go ahead and activate this treasure map. So you can confirm that there's not a scribe bug on MTG Arena by doing this and seeing that the cards are on the bottom of your deck.
Cold logic will always win.
The blue-red Mystic deck will be up on my will be up on YouTube later. I always do feedback on decks at the very end of the video. So they've got 14 power in play here. Oh, I forgot to field over in them. They don't have any things in their bin though, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, sure. We are at 30 and have double Fountain of Renewal, and like they're going to. I can spire this. And like a lot of looks towards. Let's see if they realize what this does and they need to send 5 here. Yeah, they send 5. All right. Smart. My opponent read our magic cards. The problem with Antiquities War is that we don't have a lot of artifacts in our deck statistically to hit with it. So a lot of the time Antiquities War is just like not going to do anything, or it's just only going to act with its last part of the text. Sure. All right. And the good news is we get to draw a bunch of cards starting next turn. Oh, that's true. I probably don't want to field because of how we've been scrying. That's a good thing to point out. So I pay with this off of here. I can draw 2 cards with this at end of turn. I don't want to play Karn because he'll just die. I'm taking 14 this turn. Karn does make a 10-10. Maybe I do want to do him. Huh. I wasn't thinking about that. Yeah, maybe that's correct. Yeah, that's probably correct because I have this too. So like I would have gotten like 10-10 block. Yeah, that's super correct. And we have the maze, but I should have still played the Karn rather than crack this turn, I think. Deal. I think I discard 2 cards here. We might actually end up being okay here with these moment of cravings and stuff. Because they wanted to get it back. All right, there's a cast down for that. All right, so let's start by doing this. Okay. Okay. So you're saying there's a chance.
Awaken.
Do I want to draw another card here and try and hit scriptures? I think I want to draw another card here and try and hit scriptures. It's another Tezzeret. So do I want to play Tezz and make a token? I don't think so. I think I can maze cast down Moment of Craving here. Yeah, that's what I want to do. I can block, Spire, cast down Moment of Craving. So there's a good chance Karn doesn't die here unless they ship everything into him. Yeah, the Fountain of Renewals have been really good. All right, so they sent 5 here. So I want to go block this. And then I go cast down Moment of Craving Maze, keep the Karn. Is that even worth it? It's probably not, honestly. I think I'm just going to let Karn go. And then I can moment the Plague Crafter, cast down this Hulk. This is a very good Karn deck. Which is what our goal was, right? We wanted to build a good Karn deck. Alright, we took 1. I'm gonna gain 3 next turn. I'm gonna draw 3 cards. This standard format is so absurd. Just like every time I think like, nah, this is the sweetest deck we could get. Just like, nope, hold my beer. This is the next one.
Do you really? Let's see how you respond to genius.
Making Thopter. Why would I make Thopters with Tezz? I get to draw cards, chat. Right. It's Tezz draws 2 cards a turn, chat. You don't understand my addiction to drawing cards. Oh. gonna shock this one in so I can keep the maze up. Could you imagine trying to tap lands like this on mobile? That would be so miserable. It's better than sculpting their minds, ain't it? Yeah, bye friend. That was some good stuff. That was some good stuff. All right, Thief of Sanity, get my deck. Golden Demise is good. Yeah, I guess that's true. They probably have multiple Izoni because they're playing to the graveyard plan. Do I want moments in my deck? It didn't seem like they had a lot of planeswalkers. Now, the core of this was actually a viewer submitted deck list. We changed some of the details, but the core of this was someone else. I believe we're currently at the stream viewer count record. We bumped up to about 2,300, which is, I believe, my new peak now. Do I want Stroke? Maybe Stroke's better than the spot removal. Discovery could be, I could trim this as filler. Maybe I trim the Dimir Locket as filler. My curve doesn't actually go that high. So like trimming Dimir Locket doesn't seem unreasonable. Let's give this a go. This deck is not functional without Karns. Is Jeff a good Magic player? I'm above average. I've top eighted a number of large tournaments in the Magic community. Several, you know, ones with thousands of players, hundreds of players, all that jazz. This hand is, these compasses just don't do anything right now. I top 8 with very bad decks, that's true too. I'm gonna keep. Treasure map will hopefully pull us through. I do play quickly. That's the God's honest truth. I've definitely played upwards of 500 matches of sanctioned Magic in a year and like only unintentionally drawn like less than half a dozen of them. Think I do better or worse with decks that are less feel smart? Honestly, probably about the same. My enjoyment level of those decks is lower, which impacts my ability to perform with them. That is an incredibly aggressive find. I'm gonna upkeep, do this. Just looking for a sweeper at this point. Phyrexian Scriptures or Golden Demise. Was the only person to concede to Blood Moon and Jace versus me. Those other people are just dumb. The best tempo-ish deck. I am in love with Blue-Black Pirates. It is my favorite deck in Standard right now. I'm a sucker for a good tempo deck. Are you taking my map away? Rude. Oh, I subbed when the stream was down, but here's the 2 months. Rudy Yards, thank you for the 3-month resub. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me employed here. I think I just go Karn into Tezz here. Just like takes pressure off my health total.
An excellent choice.
What does he mean by in 500? I mean matches of Magic, so that's like 1,500 games. I mean playing 500 tournament matches of Magic over the course of a year. I unintentionally drew less than 6 of them. Honestly, it was probably just 1 or 2. I have to go back and look. I have that all written down somewhere. Blue Black Pirate's cheap to build. I have no idea. I am blissfully ignorant of how much Magic cards cost. When I play in paper, I just borrow cards. And on Arena, everything costs the same. Yeah, and I mean comp REL matches, like tournament Magic that are timed rounds. Vivian, gross. Vivian's gonna be able to shoot down the Tezz Thopter. That probably doesn't matter. Drew as in went to time and the match was not completed because we ran out of time.
As long as we win, nothing else matters.
So we start with this. We'll be really lucky and see 2 pieces of removal. Oh, that could be another piece of removal. You actually can't see Vault Progress until you finish it. It's been hidden. It progresses slowly that people don't want to, it was annoying people. If you are playing a deck that wins slowly and you can't play fast enough to win with it, that is your fault. It's not your deck's fault. Your rate of play has to be proportional to the rate at which your deck is able to win the game. So we'll see if they want to Vivian my Thopter token here to kill my Karn. That's probably not an unreasonable exchange for them. These compasses are real awkward. Although I guess the compasses are like gonna flip next turn and then become very useful. JYuke, thank you for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch. Thanks for supporting mine this month. Can I see the undergrowth number on this thing or do I have to count it manually? 1, 2, 3, 4. Only 4 things in there. This truly is a duel of the Planeswalkers. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me that they're doing that. I don't know. I can be blamed for going to time 99% of my turns with Jordan. You can. It's your fault. If you are playing a deck that can't win the game, you have made your deck choice poorly, and it is your fault. That comes back to your choices. When I hover, I can't see anything here. So if I make another Thopter, Tezz could just die. Alternatively, I could play 3 artifacts here and then draw 2 cards. Then Tezz probably dies. Although I guess if they want to kill Tezz, they have to... If they want to kill Tezz, they have to kill their Vivian or have a removal spell. Drawing 2 is probably... Oh, Vraska can kill the token. Yeah, good call. Alright, so I'm just going to draw 2.
I know what must
Hopefully he finds me some toys here. Maybe I should have scryed before I did that. Possible I should have scryed before I did that. I did trim Vraska's Contempts. I boarded out 2 of them, which was obviously a mistake. I couldn't tell exactly what they were doing. We didn't see Planeswalkers game 1. And that's one of the things that's tough about these green-black decks. There's just like so many different iterations of green-black. The answer to do you have to spend money to get a tiered deck in Arena is the same as with every free-to-play digital card game. If you don't value your time, you can get everything for free. If you're an adult who values their time, you're much better off just spending some money. You should bring up the fact that they're playing slowly with them, Rad, and that it's negatively impacting your experience, and if they don't change, don't play there. Or, like, get the store owner involved. Yeah, talk to the store owner is acting as the judge if there's not a judge there.
You can't stop nature.
If you enjoy the grind of getting cards, if you don't find playing with bad decks against other bad decks tedious, then by all means, free to play to your heart's content. These compasses have actually been pretty good. Put a stop on my upkeep here. How did I get so many wild cards? Money. My credit card. I have given Wizards of the Coast approximately $1,100 at this point for the cards that I have on Arena. Which, in fair's fair, is still less than the money they paid me for sponsored streams. So we're still on the give them their own money back plan. Nope. I guess this kills Phyrexian Scriptures, which kind of sucks for me. I think we're dead here. Yeah, exactly. Business expense, no big deal. It just doesn't matter. We're just like dead on board, right? So they're gonna do this to kill the compass, and then we're gonna die. Let's bring our Vraska's Contempt back in for the last one. For 1,000 American dollars, I will take a Lantern Donation League. My arena has crashed here really quick, so enjoy my wonderful sponsor stream. These people are great. You should buy their stuff. These people are also great. Consider buying their stuff. All right, let's get back in here and get our Contempts back in our deck. $1,100 does not have me every standard legal card. I pretty much have every common, uncommon, and rare, but I am missing playsets of some mythics. In fact, so like, while the rare bottleneck is a real thing when you're building your mana bases, once you have all of your mana bases built, you're definitely choked on mythics. Like, every time I have to put more money in, it's because I don't have enough mythic cards. Just gonna trim these discoveries because they're kind of filler. I kind of want these cast downs. Cast down versus Golden Demise. Cast down versus Golden Demise. I think I want Golden Demise. Oh, does it, Bob? That's awesome. I was told it only works on card games. No, they will never add a trade mechanic to MTG Arena. And honestly, I don't want there to be a trade mechanic in MTG Arena. I was wrong. As someone who wrote a blog post talking about how trading would be good for Magic Arena, I was stupid and wrong, and I am willing to admit that I was stupid and wrong. The secondary market adds a lot of frustration to card games like this. It makes them incredibly expensive in a lot of ways, and I'm happy that Arena doesn't have it. Do I bottom both of these, or do I keep both? I feel like I'm supposed to bottom both or keep both here. I think I'm gonna bin both. I'm looking for something to do on next turn. Having to play finance games is the worst part of Magic. Having to figure out when you're going to stop playing Magic, so like you can sell your standard cards before they all tank, sucks. What about a dust system? I honestly think the wildcard system is pretty reasonable. They just need a better solution for what happens to your 5th copies of cards, and the arena system will be pretty decent. That's already pretty expensive. I mean, do you know how much it would cost me to own all of the cards I've put in Paper Magic or on Magic Online? It would cost way more than $1,100. Significantly more than $1,100. And I put $1,100 in because I'm playing Magic Arena for my job. That's why I put $1,100 in, because I get to write that off on my taxes. Because this is, without spending that $1,100, I wouldn't be able to play Arena for work. I don't think I want the finality. It's like pretty far away from being a sweeper. I guess it's only 2 lands away. I'd have to lose my Thief of Sanity though. I think I want my thief. I think I want my thief to keep drawing cards. What's going on, cutie? You're catching us right at the tail end here. It's early morning for me, about 1:30 a.m. Jade Light's a very good card. The other great thing, and this is from someone who's I played Hex TCG for a long time, which was a game that had a secondary market. The nice thing about Arena not having a secondary market is that when they can give stuff away for free in Arena, and I don't have to listen to a bunch of annoying people bellyache and cry about how because they're giving away something for free, their collections are worth less. Like, it's so annoying. What am I playing here? Am I contempting something? I feel like I'm contempting something this turn. I could Karn him plus as well, though. I'm gonna Karn him plus. Just get him going. I am not. I don't play in too many paper tournaments anymore. Streaming is how I derive my income. So I hang out and stream most weekends. I am planning to play the Grand Prix in Milwaukee next month. I'm planning to play the Invitational in Roanoke in December. Other than that, those are my last 2 paper magics for the year. Sure. I wonder if this means... Yeah, 6 loyalty card is real good. I wonder if this means I'm getting untapped with my Thief of Sanity again here. I'm hoping we have big arena tournaments. That would be A+. A+++. They took my contempt. That means they have a Planeswalker coming. So... taking Jade Light here. And then what do I have over here? A Fountain of Renewal, so I'm gonna go ahead and plus him again here.
Are you certain of your decision?
Sweet. Let's play this out, and then probably Treasure Map plus Fountain of Renewal. That's probably worth keeping, right? Like, I'm gonna be on 7 lands next turn. No, I like leaving the Karn on the table because having Karn on the table means my opponent has to continue applying pressure to him and leaves me alone. It gets me a lot of value long term keeping Karn on the table like this. Just because it like keeps these things off my back. Gives me a lot of time to like get health set up. Well then, So I start by hitting them and seeing if I can find a finality. Save 12, 13, 14, 15 in play. Yeah, the thief's done a lot. I think I just... And I'm like exactly dead, right? Make 2 Karn Strucks. Yeah, I could make 2 Karn Strucks. It's probably not a bad idea.
Evil cannot withstand a right.
And like I can play Compass and it'll flip as well.
I have faced worse. I will. Say hello to my little friend.
So this means I'm not dead this turn. And that gives me a chance to hit another Find. How many Find Finales are they through? They're only through 1. They could have another Find Finality in their deck. Oh, sweet. They're sending 5 of these at Karn? That's like really good for me. They need to send 6 at Karn, right? Because I can block 2 and maze 1. Wait, they only sent 4 at Karn? Yeah, saving Karn saves us life in the long run. I agree with that. There's 4 coming at Karn, so I want to block 2 of these, and then I'll maze another. Then I'm taking 8, 9, going to 6. Yeah, I've got 2 Golden Demise in my deck. There's 32 cards, and next turn I can next turn I get to draw for the turn, and then I get to draw with Tezz as well. And I think I can actually activate the treasure map also, right? So I have 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 mana, and then Tezz plus that is 8, and then this is 1. Yeah. Yeah, Blue Black Pirate's my favorite standard deck right now. I can also find Finality off the top of their deck here. Yep, you can go to my website here and click the standard decks link at the top. There's Blue Black Pirates and a bunch of other sweet decks listed there. Poppy needs a find. It's not a find. Yeah, I think we're just dead. Two shots at Golden Demise.
This one I know. I am master of machines.
It's unfortunate. I get to block a couple of things and then die, I think, here. Just no Golden Demise in the top half of our deck. Not taking the Finality earlier really hurt us. I don't remember what I took instead. I don't remember if it ended up mattering or not. Karn plus could hit double golden. I guess that's technically true. Glowspore plus Thopter would have left us at 1. Is that true? So I'd block like this. I'd go Glowspore here, Thopter here, Maze 1. So I'm gonna go ahead and time you out because you're wrong, because I'm at 7 and I would have taken 7. Good chat though. Yeah, good games, opponent. That was close. The Ice only came at a really opportune time. Just like no scriptures or Golden Demise in sight for us. We were through half of our deck without a Golden Demise or scriptures. Yeah, the Tezz Karn core is really neat. So, thoughts on what we did here. I literally have 3 copies of Phyrexian Scripture, which is graveyard removal. So, thoughts on what we did here. The Karn Tezzeret core was like really impressive. One thing that really stood out to me from playing those games, and this is probably something worth exploring in other decks too, is that treasure map flipping all on its own and making treasures is enough artifacts to make Tezzeret 0 draw 2 cards. Which feels like it could potentially be a very big deal. I feel like, because this card, ultimately what it's doing, like drawing 2 cards a turn off a 5-mana Planeswalker, that's like a really powerful effect. So like the fact that like Treasure Map, like a pseudo-playable card completely on its own, like being able to do that alongside what Tezzeret's doing seems reasonable. I think the Dimir Locket probably isn't very good here. I think we aren't really ramping into anything with that. It's just like kind of a filler artifact card. You can potentially like play more interaction, like maybe you could work some thought erasures in. Someone suggested that, like the lack of those could just be more quality interaction that the deck could play. Phyrexian Scriptures was really good. We played against straight green black mid-range. This card felt really pretty impressive. Just like not only the fact that like leaves our Karn Structs and our Thopters behind, but also that like it eventually exiles their graveyard too seemed pretty sweet. That's gonna be it for me for tonight. I've been going for almost 7 hours. We played 4 pretty sweet decks. I'm gonna go ahead and call it here. I'll be back with more standard on Magic Arena on Tuesday morning. I'll be back with some modern on Magic Online, everybody's favorite Magic spreadsheet program, on Monday morning. And thanks everyone for hanging out. I'll catch all y'all around. It's been really awesome. We hit a new peak viewers for my channel tonight. We got up to about 2,300 people. I still have 2,000 people now. So, all right.